If you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you're gonna feel very comfortable with Birth by Sleep, the newest addition to the series. This game is about flashy Keyblade combat, friendship and dreams, and of course, seeing well-known Disney stories from a new perspective. But just as the game sticks with all of the good Kingdom Hearts traditions, it also brings back some of the less wonderful qualities. The same awkward platforming and camera foibles are still here, and because you explore the same worlds with 3 different characters, you can feel a touch of monotony start to set in. But the evolving combat and fun boss fights do their part to keep things fresh. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep harbors no real surprises, but it's a good-looking, enjoyable action-adventure that will fulfill your crossover cravings. Square Enix has asked us not to get into detail about the story, so I'm gonna leave the plot points vague. But as you may expect, Birth by Sleep touches on the standard Kingdom Hearts themes of friendship, dark versus light, dreams, and so on. And of course, you get to interact with various Disney characters and see a new twist to their classic tales. The films represented include Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and so on, and you explore these worlds 3 times with a different character each time. These characters are Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. Ventus is the eager one, Terra is the brooding one, and Aqua is the reasonable one that just wants to get down to the truth. It's an interesting enough tale that nicely fills in some backstory before the events of the original Kingdom Hearts. When it comes to the Disney characters, the voice acting is quite good and matches up nicely with the original films. As for the leads, well, they talk a lot, and luckily Ventus and Aqua are fine. Terra, not so much. His delivery is dry and boring, like some random guy picked off the street reading the script for the very first time.
So that's what made her shine. Faith in her heart that anything is possible.
And so there are essentially 3 campaigns that tell the same story from 3 different angles. There is some repetition as a result, of course. You visit the same worlds 3 times, so you repeat some of the same cutscenes, traverse a few of the same environments with the same enemy patterns, and even repeat a boss or 2 using the same basic tactics to win. In other ways, however, the game keeps things varied. In each world you do different tasks with each character and experience different combat. It's slightly button mashy to be sure, but it's also really fun and really flashy. Each character has a different feel and a different special attack. You fill out your spell and skill deck with different actions and items, and you can add more as you level up. You level up your spells and skills and can combine them to make new ones. You can also use your D-Link mechanic to take on the characteristics of other characters, including various Disney heroes and villains. It all adds up to fun combat that evolves as you play, and it lets you customize your moves as you see fit. And the battles against all these various enemies called the Unversed looks really vibrant and magical. The boss fights are probably the highlight of the game. The bosses are designed well and put up a fight, so you need a bit of skill and a bit of patience to defeat most of them. You occasionally have to put up with some awkwardness with the lock-on, which can make the camera a nuisance, or you might lose your lock for no apparent reason when you most want it. There are a few platform-heavy sections too, such as one with Ventus and Cinderella's house, but the jumping is a little awkward as it's always been in the series. There are also some little mini-games to play, which is nice. There's even a board game you can play on your own or with others to improve your skills, and that's thankfully much better. The other multiplayer options are also quite good. It's local only, but it's surprisingly full-featured. You can play versus others in competitive play, but the better stuff is in the arenas in which you team up with a friend or 2 and bash on increasingly difficult foes. Plus, you can earn multiplayer-specific spells and skills this way, along with other rewards. You want the players to be around the same level if you can in co-op play, since your single-player progress is used in multiplayer. But even if you aren't around the same level, teaming up is a lot of fun simply because the combat is a lot of fun. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is a very good-looking game. The environments are lovely and the combat explodes with color, especially as you get further into each character's story. You will have to put up with some frame rate troubles here and there, however. The long load times are much more irritating though, even if you go for the full install option. The music and sound effects are decent enough, though the short repeated sound loops might get to you. Trust me, you may never again want to hear Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo again, as long as you live.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo!
And so Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is a very good game that unfortunately suffers from some problems that have been there since the beginning of the series, along with a few of its own flaws. Of course, if you're a fan, you're used to most of these things and they won't matter much. And that's fine, because Birth by Sleep has a really fun combat, a good story, and great boss fights. It's also lengthy, giving you maybe 8 or 9 hours for each story in addition to all the other features in there. So no surprises really. Another Kingdom Hearts game, another fun time in a Square Disney crossover universe that gives you a good value for your money.
Bippity boppity boo!